Hey, what's up? We are live on the intranet. What a place to be. What a time to be. Crypto holders, here's what you're not being told about the rate cuts. Don't believe the doomers. Don't believe the bears. They're dirty, filthy animals. We got some good old-fashioned hopium here for you on the show today. We got Bitcoin charts. We got Solana, Athena, Dogecoin. It's going to be a good time. We got a lot of stuff to cover, so we better get straight the heck into it, okay? Welcome to everybody in the chat, by the way. Hold on to those exciting questions we'll be answering in the second half of the stream. That means we got to get the heck through the news first. Okay, here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Neil Sethi. Goldman, our economists expect 3 sequential 25 basis point rate cuts at 0.25% for normal humans to the FOMC policy rate this year, beginning this month, followed by an additional 2 quarterly cuts in 2026. Furthermore, while they expect real GDP growth will remain below trend for the remainder of 2025, they believe the U.S. economy will avoid a recession. During the last 40 years, the S&P 500 has typically generated positive returns following the resumption of Fed cutting cycles during which the economy continued to grow. So we've talked about this before on the channel before, but I think it's a great time to remind ourselves as we are only 2 weeks out now from a likely rate cut by the Fed, okay? Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal, guys. When the Fed cuts and the economy shit, well, guess what? Things are bad, okay? That means an emergency cut. Prices are usually down already, and they usually go down even more, okay? When the Fed cuts and the economy's good, the economy's growing, 3.3% GDP growth last quarter, 3% predicted for this quarter. I know jobs markets are spooking everybody out. I get it. But when the Fed cuts and the economy is growing, markets go up, okay? Look at this. The average return, okay, from the time that the Fed has cut during expansion of the economy, okay, not contraction, not a recession, okay? January 71, October 84, October 87, July 89, July 95, September 98. Very relevant for us as the .com sort of narratives come back for the .ai narratives, .crypto narratives, and September 24. So 1 week out, average return minus 0.1%. But 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year out, the average return has been 16.5%. That's for stocks. Will crypto follow? Let's watch. Very, very interesting, okay? So don't fade rate cuts, guys, especially considering the economic situation backing up rate cuts right now. Now, unemployment did come in late last week at 4.3%. Everybody lost their minds. Actually, we were kind of okay over the weekend, weren't we? Didn't get stopped on my Pengu trade, which was nice. More on that in a minute. Coin trader Nick here saying jobs are backwards looking and the market will continue to look through the labor market weakness as long as we remain on the path of a progressively more dovish Fed, coupled with a federal administration wants to outgrow the debt. Translation. It's all BS, man. Don't worry too much about the jobs numbers because the Fed's cutting, okay? The Fed's going to cut. More cuts will come. How does the blood moon reflect on Bitcoin prices? You know, the old blood moon there does have some uncomfortable correlations with the price going down. Damn it. Anyway, let's try not to get too far down the rabbit hole here. The blood moon is coming. Sell it all now. No, I'm sticking to my guns, damn it. Bitcoin right now at a very interesting spot. Of course, still just here under this 112K critical resistance for the price. You can see we're still uptrending on the MACD, which is nice. Momentum's heading in the right direction, despite slight pullback over the weekend down to around 110. Price right now sitting at the 20-day EMA and just under this 112K resistance area. Put in a daily candle close about $112,500. That probably is the start of a new uptrend, okay? Because guess what? That put in a new higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, retesting 112 or something like that in a few days, okay? Mad Mike, what up, man? Nice to see you. So, good summer, by the way. No, for talking to somebody else in chat, but I also had a good summer. Hope you had a good one. Glad to hear you had a good one too, man. Continuing, check this out. Asia's Soros Ventures announces plans to buy $1 billion in Bitcoin within 6 months. Another company buying another $1 billion of Bitcoin. What's it matter? I know, just another company just buying another $1 billion of the Bitcoin. Yeah, big deal. You've been trained to think that this shit's not a big deal. This is a big deal. Okay, it keeps happening. They don't stop. Pengu, my Pengu trade. Let's go. We survived. The stop loss was put in the right place. Okay, gave it enough room to breathe, which is good. Currently at nice unrealized profit and loss, but that's unrealized. We are gunning for the big breakout here. Hopefully the trade lasts. Let's just say that, okay? We'll break down the Pengu TA more here in a minute. Solana trade, of course, still looking nice. The current price of Solana 214. We're swinging for the fences on that one. Waiting for the price to F and double. Let's go. And we have reasons why it could happen, but more on that in a minute, okay? What'd you do with your glasses? I got LASIK, man. I got LASIK. It's the best. It's the best, man. Should have done it way sooner. That was years ago, but I got LASIK. It's great. Anyway, guys, if you want to trade these markets, want to join me on BitUnix Trader or trade any of the big coins, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Pengu, Dogecoin, whatever, BitUnix got you covered. No KYC, no VPN, no VPS, available to anyone, anywhere. That is you, guys. And the deals just keep getting more and more insane from these guys. We got a $400 deposit bonus, put in $2,000 or more. You get $400 cash back money. It's crazy. Insane trading bonus. You can see here, we're not going to go through all of them, but you can see on screen the insane trading bonuses. VIP level 3, when you use my link down below, it gets you straight to a 30% fee discount. And we're giving away $1,000 every live stream. Since today's a live stream, we're giving away $1,000. Let's go. Let's go. So currently we have 328 entries. Now we're going to exclude anybody under $10, okay? Okay, we're not just the airdrop fishers here. People actually coming in, trading, using the exchange. So you got to have over $10 deposited. Let's go. Of course, previous winners also excluded from this. We still have some previous winners on there. Grok takes like a minute to think about this. Elon, you got to buy some more NVIDIA chips, buddy. Grok's going too slow. People generating too many pictures of bears in bikinis, man. That's what's going on here. Executing the code. Let's go. 268 and 317. Fascinating. 268 is here. There you go, man. Look at that. Boom. I love it. This guy put in his $2,000. Okay. So he got his $400 bonus. He got an extra $500 on top of that. That's almost a 50% return on money just from making a $2,000 deposit. Nice. So it was 268 and 317. Who's 317 here? $1,000. Look at that. Nice. So that guy got $200 deposit bonus plus $500 on top of that. It's a 70% return on his $1,000 deposit. That's crazy. Thanks again to the guys at BitUnix, course, for giving away shit tons of money every day. Come back tomorrow. We'll give away another $1,000. And of course, if you want to get $1,000 or be in the wind in the draw to win $1,000, link down below. You got to sign up. You got to make a deposit. You got to make a trade. Then you'll be in to win. Okay. Link down below. Go check it out. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got a lot to cover, guys. It's a great meme. We've topped to called it last year. It's obvious. It's like the COVID dip, bro. Short the top of size. Been a bull for years. Short everything last night. I sold. Good luck. So many bearish vibes on the timeline right now. So much PTSD. Yeah. It's pretty rough, man. I get it. I get it. We've been trained for pain. We've been trained for suffering. It's basically all we've had this cycle. And I know there's been some coins that have done really, really well, but most people had their asses kicked. Okay. It hasn't been easy. All right. Check this out. DeFi investor shared that the search traffic for crypto fell off a cliff in the past days. Just like that, our exit liquidity is gone. Nuts. We had like 5 days, a week maybe, of people being like, oh shit, I should buy crypto. Whew, God. Come back. Come back, guys. Come on, the water's fine. Jump on in. Lots of money still to be made. That's crazy. That's super volatile, man. Now look, we are going to have these little blips. Google search terms are interesting, but I don't think the best measure necessarily. I think the app rankings are much more relevant. If you look at the Phantom Wallet or the Coinbase app, stuff like that, that's much more relevant in terms of calling local tops of the market. Okay. JW, what do you say? You have to be so incredibly naive to think that Trump family would openly invest a huge percentage of the net worth in crypto without knowing exactly where the price will be in months and years down the line. Paolo and Tether, the Tether CEO, going through the revolving door of the White House, Bessent boasting $2 trillion in new stablecoins in the coming years, all while the USD water falls off a cliff. They're changing the rules of the game. The 4-year cycle we'll all look back at is going to be drastically changed because they need it to. The Fed is no longer dependent. Trump is totally taking control of the Ponzi, and his number one priority is enriching those close to him, i.e. the Trump family, which is max long crypto. Trump's biggest business venture, the things he's made some of the most money off of in his entire history have been crypto. He made hundreds of millions of dollars off of his meme coin, and the total value of that added a couple $2 billion to his net worth. I wouldn't be able to sell it all because, it totally crashed to zero and whatever, but sure, unrealized profits, massive, okay? And World Liberty Fi is got a fully diluted valuation of like $25-30 billion right now. I mean, F me sideways. That's crazy, man. You don't think Donald Trump is going to do everything possible to crime the shit out of the entire crypto market and send it F into the sky? Yes, he will. Yes, he will. And this made me laugh, man. Bloomberg reporting, the man credited with converting Donald Trump to crypto is floating a fresh idea. Digital asset treasury companies investing in digital asset treasury companies. So everybody's going to have a company that buys digital asset treasury companies, right? And so, like, let's say they're buying Bitmine or SharpLink or something like this. Those guys have probably like restaked their Ethereum, right? So got the underlying asset, which is the ETH, which has been restaked, put into a stock. That stock then is bought by these companies, which probably then could put into a fucking ETF. Stop swearing. They probably put into an ETF later. CDO of a CDO, baby. It's awesome. Let's go. Everything to them. That's hilarious. But of course, they're going to do that. That's, oh my God. Anyway, speaking of Ethereum, look at this. It's just been clinging to the 20-day EMA. It's like it's like its safety blanket. Like, please, 20-day EMA, hold me tight. Great, love it. Now, it's been trading largely under the 20-day EMA, which I'm not the biggest fan of that, but you know what? Okay, fine. I think if we can see a decent 20-day EMA reclaim, you can see the MACD still has a ways to go down. It has been trending slightly up on the histogram here, but we can see the MACD correct even more here on ETH as like Solana steals to show in the next few days, for example. But ETH looking okay. Had one nice grind up to a new high just by a little bit. It's kind of like how a lot of assets act like this. They'll just peek their head over the ledge and then fall back down a little bit as people take profits, because a lot of people are just, you know, really habitualized to like, oh my gosh, it's a $2 in profit. Quick, I have to sell. I've been holding these bags for 5 years. Time to sell. Get out of here, man. Athena, this is crazy. Now, I do not have an Athena bag, guys. As always, investing in crypto is totally effing risky. You can lose all your money. Past performance does not equate to future return. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. You can see a full portfolio disclosure statement and a risk statement right down below me here on YouTube or in the pinned comment over on X. Anyway, I do not own the ENA token, but gosh darn, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to get a bag. Because holy crap, look at this. It is not pumped adequately enough yet, considering everything that's going on. This guy saying excited to see successful follow-on raise from stablecoin X of $530 million represents roughly 14% of the circulating supply of Athena. To put this into perspective, this raise is equivalent of Saylor raising $300 billion or Tom Lee raising $75 billion to buy ETH. 2x the circulating supply purchased with cash in the last raise. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. That's 12.8% of the circulating market cap of Athena. But what gets even crazier, they raised more. No, it wasn't just $530 million. It was $895 million of total PIPE financing. PIPE, yeah. Anyway, that's crazy. Now, obviously, at the current prices, that's going to buy a certain amount, right? But prices will go up. Basically, we have $3 billion of buy pressure. Sorry, 3 billion ENA buy pressure, $100 million almost. No, $1 billion. Get your numbers right, Larry. 895 million, almost $1 billion in money that's going to be used to buy Athena. That's about 20% of the current supply. Okay? It's crazy. That's crazy, man. ENA's had a decent pump off that, but like, you know, can we just take a little step back here? They just said they're going to buy 20% of the circulating supply of this coin, and 20% is the best the market could do in terms of a pump. In fact, Athena is still down 50%, 49% from its all-time high. I don't have a bag yet, but I can definitely see the thesis behind getting a bag. Maybe not for a long-term, ride. For a short time, not a good time, but yeah, let's see what happens. The final deadline for the SEC's decision on Solana spot ETFs is now only 32 days away. Let's go. Boom. October 10th is the day, baby. It's the final day, the final deadline. It's either get stuffed Solana ETFs, go away, or yes, Solana ETFs, you can trade now. That is very interesting. That is very interesting, okay? Because we know the conversation's been going on. We know there's been updated filing amendments. So there's a very high chance that we get an approval for a Solana spot ETF in 32 days. And then Sol starts getting billions of dollars of ETF inflows. Love it. Love it. Forward Industries announces $1.65 billion private placement in cash and stablecoin commitments led by Galaxy, Jump, and Multicoin. Now, this had been announced that this was coming, but they actually raised more than they set out to raise. I think the initial raise target was for either 1 or 1.2 billion, but they got 1.65 billion. Space Kush, have a good day at work, man. Love it. Greeks for Argentina. Love Argentina. Enjoy a mate for me today, brother. That's awesome. That's awesome. Enjoy yourself. So, continuing. Solana. Oh, you're teasing us again, Solana. Look at this. It's trying to do the thing again where it breaks out. Oh, boy. Now, 205 has been an absolute critical control line price here for Solana. It's currently at 213. The volume, though, I'm not loving this right here. We had a much more significant belief in the market that we were having a real breakout on Solana back here in late August. This current move higher, nobody believes it's real. What up, man? Nice to see you. The market won't pump like last time. Pengu just pumped 4x in 2 months. Yep. Dare to dream. Dare to dream. The market has taught us that dreaming is evil. We should be punished for daring to dream. But the dreamers will be the ones to win in the long run. Anyway, potentially very significant move here for Solana. A significant breakout brewing here for Sol. Caveated on the fact that we actually do break out. It's been very steady, though. Look at all just continually higher lows coming into the market here. It's been grinding higher. It's been beautiful. Still coming back and retesting 205, 206 would not surprise me at all. Would still be just another higher low on the charts. Potentially a big move coming here. So again, the breakout play here has been at 205 or any retest to the 20-day EMA. Those have all been pretty good buys the whole way up, basically. Well, the 205 breakouts have had their moments, but the 20-day EMA retests have definitely been good spots to hop in. Of course, that's something that we talk about a lot here, okay? That watch for those 20-day EMA retests. They tend to be great entries in an uptrending coin. So that low volume on Solana means it will likely come back down a bit. Look, there's no guarantees in anything, right? We still have 12 hours for this daily candle close. Volumes can pick up significantly. Okay, it's not a closed candle, which is tricky to make a comment on because 12 hours, the Americans start waking up, they all gigabit Sol, and then we get the volume we're looking for, right? But yeah, generally when you have a breakout on low volume, it makes you think, well, may not be the strongest breakout and has a higher chance of failing to break out, let's say. Not a guarantee. Nothing's guaranteed in markets, but that would be the thought in general. Continuing, Dogecoin ETF appears likely to launch this week. That's the Rex Osprey Dogecoin ETF, which is not a perfect Dogecoin ETF. It's not like, the ones that Bitwise or whoever else are going to launch. This is going to be like an ETF of ETFs, but fine. It's a Dogecoin ETF, gives regulated stock market exposure to Dogecoin. Good. Their Solana ETF has been surprisingly popular. I think it's got a few $100 million in inflows because it's the only option on the market. The Dogecoin ETF will probably do decently as well. Now, Dogecoin also at a very interesting place right now. Look at this. Look at this. Potential big breakout coming here. A breakout that could lead the price of Dogecoin way effing higher. How much higher? Oh, how much higher? Let's have a look here. This breakout, if it plays out in a textbook fashion, sends the price up to around 35 cents, approximately. Okay. There you go. Be a big breakout. We'll see. I think as well that Dogecoin, Solana ETF, the big ETFs from the big houses, Rex Osprey is like a little no-name ETF issuer. When you get like Fidelity and stuff like that, Bitwise, VanEck with their big ETFs, that's going to bring a lot more money in. Okay. So when you look at Solana ETF, XRP ETF, those are the next ones coming. Dogecoin, Litecoin after that. Robin says, how about study Bitcoin, run a node, mine some, actually learn something about the fire in this crypto space? All great, Robin. All great. We're big Bitcoin fans around here. If you've been watching the show for any length of time, you would know that without a doubt. That being said, only doing Bitcoin feels like only buying gold. Now, don't get me wrong. There's the gold Bitcoin comparison. There's a lot of conversation to have on that. But people also like to buy NVIDIA and Google and Microsoft and all that other kind of stuff, okay? You can like Bitcoin. I know it's crazy thought. It's crazy. You can like Bitcoin and you can like other coins. And you do not have to make your identity fully devoted to one particular coin. You can actually own multiple ones of them. We did have a great summer. It was exhausting, but it was good regardless. Nice to see you too. Nice to see everybody back. Always great. Love the live streams. You guys are awesome. We got 2 or 3 more coins. We got to blast through 2 more charts here. We're going to get to your questions, guys. Pengu. Dentoshi says, oh, I've seen this movie before. Of course, that is a falling wedge, which is a bullish chart pattern. Tends to break out to the upside. Right now, Pengu. Now, we enter the trade down here at 0.029. We share that here publicly with you guys on the channel. Did not get stopped out over the weekend. Good. Good. However, the current move has brought us right up to the downtrend line, okay? So if you're late to the move on Pengu and you're interested in this trade, I don't think there's an active trade on it right now, okay? Now, look, I've got giant spot Pengu bags. I've got a leverage trade. 2 different things, okay? The spot Pengu bags are massively in profit. I got them at like 1 cent, 1.5 cents, in around that region. Nice. They're doing well, okay? For the futures trade, in down here, riding up to here, I'm hoping to ride the breakout from this bounce off support down here. There's no guarantee it happens. We could get rejected here. The whole market could shit the bed the next few days, and I get rinsed out and end up losing money in this trade that's currently in profit, okay? That's always the risk. Right now, if I was looking at this trade and I had not entered down here, I would be waiting patiently for a breakout beyond this downtrend line right here, okay? Get a close over this line right here, and I think that starts to move up to about 5 cents, okay? Pengu's the coin, man. Pengu's the coin. Peanut. I feel like the peanut meme's long and dead and gone. Dog with hat, I still feel like gets some love, but Pengu's the one, man. Pengu's the chosen one. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Bonk, last downtrend lasted 50 days before 200% upside move. This downtrend Bonk lasted 52 days, starting to break out. Bonk 2.0 timing, World Liberty 5 partnership, digital asset treasury, ETF launches in the pipeline, rate cuts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't have a Bonk bag anymore, but this is pretty interesting. This could be a big breakout moment here. We're back up to the 20-day EMA. If the daily closes like this, I think it's time to pay attention to Bonk again. And I'm not necessarily going to rush back into a Bonk bag. I would be open to it, but I feel like my cash is pretty well deployed amongst the things that I'm in right now. But that could be a big breakout moment here for Bonk currently brewing up here. But let's see how the daily closes. If we can actually get a daily close solidly above the 20-day EMA here. Now, if this confirms as a breakout, and especially when we get back over the 50-day EMA, if you want to wait and be a little bit safer and get back over the 50-day EMA at 0.0023, well, the implied target from this breakout is massive. Actually, was it 0.2 to 0.4? So this is like, this would take us up to around 0.00006 per Bonk, okay? Lark, look at the Red Belly Network, 73K TPS, currently piloting Australian billions of dollars RWAs. You know, I did have Red Belly for a while, ended up selling it for Plume, which I've now just sold my Plume for Pump. I know, flip-flopping back and forth between bags. Shoot me, what are you going to do? Anyway, Red Belly, one of the things I really disliked was just how low the volume and stuff. At the time that I sold, the volume was pretty bad, to be honest. And yeah, I think it came out and there's a lot of sort of hype and excitement about everything they're kind of doing, but let's see how they end up in the long run here. There's a lot of competition in the RWA space, and there's already some pretty big RWA leaders. Not to say other players can't break into that, but it's going to be a hard slug. Okay, last one, Pump. Then we're getting into your questions. I don't know why I'm talking about so much stuff today. Up to 25 minutes already. Now you got to keep these streams shorter. Pump is basically leading 0.1% of the circulating supply every day now. Not to mention it's still 1/10 of the only other protocol replicating the same revenue buyback model, which of course is hyperliquid. Okay. Yep. Pump's going to go higher, isn't it, guys? Look at that chart. It's currently in up-only mode, which at some point it'll have to retest the 20-day EMA. And my guess is we come back down and retest the 0.0041 level, which is this previous resistance here. There's no guarantees, of course, that's going to happen, but that would be a likely place if there's going to be a nice pullback and retest. That would be a spot to look to get into a position IMO if you missed the initial breakout. But man, they're gonna this is the biggest casino in crypto, essentially. Why won't it worth? Why can't it be worth? Why won't it be worth the same as Hyperliquid, or at least $10 billion market cap? And that's just based on current metrics. The current metrics, the current buybacks, the current revenue should put this on par with Hyperliquid market cap wise. That's 1/10 or 1/8 or something the market cap right now. There you go. There you go, guys. Good to have you back. Are you aware of the Swiss Borg and the Borg token? More for your Euro viewers is another. I was actually thinking it's available in the UAE. Apparently, I was thinking about getting the finally. It's not available. It wasn't available in New Zealand, but I'm thinking about downloading the Swiss Borg app, using it as a fiat on ramp, off ramp. I know Alex from Swiss Borg, very cool cat. Yeah. Anyway, that being said, red light hat time. Hydration time. If you're enjoying the show, make sure, of course, to hydrate yourselves. Welcome back. I thought you turned into a bot. Nope. Still the real me, man. Lark, you still holding Say? Still holding my Say bag. Thoughts on the future of Plume? Don't know. Haven't been able to watch it close enough, to be honest. I know it's had a nice little pump the last few days. That's great to see. Had a huge drawdown, obviously. I think there was a lot of excitement around Plume and what they're doing and their backers and all that kind of stuff. And I could definitely see all that, to be honest. Makes sense. If they can actually nail it down and get the right partnerships and all that kind of stuff, and they do, they've got, seats at some of the right tables and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. It's probably got some great potentials in RWA play, but I prefer Pump right now, just based on the buybacks and stuff like that. Where do you think Fartcoin is going? Well, hot air does rise. That is, of course, the core thing that you always need to remember when discussing Fartcoin. Jokes aside, I don't know. Let me have a look at charts here. Let me pull it up real quick. Fartcoin, of course, one of the most popular meme coins in crypto. What's going on here? Oh, there it came up. Oh boy, that's a battered ass chart. Look at that. Now, what's interesting about this chart is that it's potentially looking like it is breaking out from the downtrend. You can see the downtrend here. We got some nice connections on the line here. 1, 2, not quite 3. Let's say 3, close enough. Currently trading under the 20-day EMA. Now, this candle right here, if that confirms above this orange downtrend line, I think that's an interesting starting point. More importantly, I want to see it get back above the 20-day EMA because it's in a downtrend. It's been rejected 1, 2, let's say 2 times under the 20-day EMA, which is not great. 3 times, maybe 4 if you count that. There's been some close calls. It's in a downtrend, okay? Now, currently at 79 cents. Will they run it back up to the previous all-time highs? Probably. I think it's Fartcoin, man. It's got good mind share. People like it. It's funny. Everybody farts. Why not, right? But if you're just looking to trade this, watch for that 20-day EMA break. I think that's probably more impactful than this downtrend line right here. Probably a little bit of a, I want to say safer, but a sure indicator versus this. But you can see we've had some fake outs before, so you have to wait for an actual daily candle close above it. And we did have one daily candle close above and then instantly faked out. So that would be at the 50-day EMA. Now, waiting from the 20-day to the 50-day is a pretty big price difference. So you really probably want to try to hop in on the 20-day with a stop loss, generously enough down that you're not going to get instantly stopped out by any kind of short-term volatility. But if you're waiting for the 50-day EMA, you're losing out a lot of potential profits. And I find the 20 days a better indicator of short-term price action anyway. Continuing. Redstone and Gradient. I have no idea what those are. I've heard you guys ask about gray before, but I don't remember anything about what that gray was. Redstone, I have no idea, man. Sorry, I don't have any opinion on either of those. What are your thoughts on CRO? I think that CRO is going to do really well I mean, it's one of the biggest exchanges in the world, but with the deal they made with Trump to buy what $6.5 billion worth of zero tokens or something, it's insane. It's insane, man. I still feel like it's not adequately priced in. Jed, nice. What's up? I'm a firefighter in South Carolina, been injured in bed for months. Oh man, that sucks. You missed your whole summer, man. Crap. Really enjoy your live streams, Jed. Dude, hope you're getting better soon. Nice to see it. We're loving the live streams. Happy to be back. I guess one of the good things is about being probably spending more time in bed and stuff is, well, you get to watch the charts and stuff more. I hope you had some good trades and stuff, and I hope you get well soon, man. So that's crazy. I hope you weren't injured in the line of duty. Got a crazy job, man, being a firefighter. So hats off to you, sir, literally. And yeah, get well soon, man. Crossing my fingers for a recession so I can pick up a cheap property. Property's already, I don't want to say cheap, but certainly there's been a correction in a lot of major property markets. So the idea, crypto goes to the moon, buy a property. The tricky part, of course, with all that is that when risk assets go up, drive the price of property up more. Once they start cutting the interest rates, the property markets are going to start unthawing to some extent. Oh, Zach, dude, I know. Holding my Aptos bag has been like somebody just nonstop kicking me in the balls. Been terrible. All these other coins has popped off. Aptos has done nothing. I should probably sell my Aptos because the second that I do, it's gonna pump. You watch. You watch. I sold I sold my Alki bag the other day, which I kept looking at it, and I'm thinking about it, selling it for a while, and the volumes were just absolutely terrible on it. And, dead coin volume, like $50,000 a day in trading volume, like what the F. Anyway, it's up 100% since I sold it. Trading volumes of 10x from 50K to 500K a day, which is still pretty damn small, to be fair, for a $60 million market cap coin or whatever. But it's always the case, man. The second it sells, when it pumps. Classic stuff. Okay. Hey, great show. What do you think about Pyth? I grabbed some at 16 cents. I'm thinking about starting a bag. I have not thought about Pyth, and I see it get mentioned from time to time, don't get me wrong, but I have not really thought about Pyth in any meaningful way in quite a long time, to be honest. Got the airdrop back in the day. That was great. Thanks for the free money, Pyth guys. That was fantastic. Oh boy. Oh, that's right. This was the announcement that's getting used on the one of the blockchains along with Chainlink that are being used to verify the publication of U.S. government data on the blockchain, right? Big move up, big move back down. Where to? The 20-day EMA, baby. If you've got it at 16 cents, assuming that it can actually cement this and continue an uptrend here, then probably not a terrible spot to get in at around 16 cents. You can see it was approximately resistance back here, kind of acting as supportish in this region around 15, 16 cents. So let's say decent. I don't know that much about Pyth. I don't know what their current sort of economic model is. And this is Coinbase chart only goes back to February. At least I'm going to find a better long-term one for you. How far below all-time high prices it actually is. The one thing that a lot of these coins just lack is any kind of revenue sharing or, look at that, holy cow. Yeah, that is a bit under the previous all-time highs, isn't it? Just a bit. Where's the thing at? Price range here. Oh my gosh, it gets worse. Hold on a second. Yeah. So look, it's currently 86% under its all-time highs, which, believe me, I've got bags that are like that too. Don't get me wrong. That's brutal. If you're getting into 16 cents, well, the upside potentially just get back to all-time high is nearly a 10x from here. Will it get back to an all-time high? I don't know. Again, I don't know enough about the token use case. Or do they have revenue sharing? Do they have buybacks? Or it's just a governance token, man. If it's just a governance token, I would hesitate personally. If the only use case of the token is you get to decide what happens on the platform, nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. It's not going to be enough to do anything beyond a sort of a news-driven pump. My opinion, anyway. Okay, continuing. All these coins are just lagging in altcoin season. That's all. Yeah, I mean, look, when a broader altcoin rally kicks off, A lot of coins are going to have big moves, but not all of them. And this is the thing is like I say about Cardano. Cardano doesn't deserve to go to $10. Here we are kicking Cardano the balls again. Cardano does not deserve to go to $10 by any stretch of the imagination, but it probably will. I mean, I don't know for certain, right? But probably because markets are ridiculous and it's going to pump to $10 because people are going to log into the Coinbase app at the top and go, I remember Cardano from 2017. I'll buy that one. They're not going to go to DeFi Llama and see it's only got $2 million a day in DEX volume and shit like that. Pyth staking doesn't even pay. That's crazy. Fake Dan. It only works if you sell all of it, man. The market knows. There's a guy watching somewhere. He's like, Lark sold all Zapdos. Quick, pump it. It only works if you sell all of it. That's how it works, man. That's the deal. Dogecoin ETF this week adding 175 million. Oh, that's right. There's a Dogecoin. I forgot about that, Angelo. Good point. Good point. I forgot about that. There's a Dogecoin treasury company that's being launched, I think, by Elon Musk's lawyer. It's reality, man. That's crazy. So yes, we have a Dogecoin treasury company now. We have Dogecoin ETF, which again, it's the Rex Ospey run. It's not the big boys. Okay, we will get the big boys. They're probably like November, December for a Dogecoin ETF for the big houses for the ETF guys. But still, to start, it's enough of a narrative to have Doge have a nice little breakout from that triangle there. Lark with hat. Yes. Aerodrome is the coin, man. It's the coin that if you want to get exposure to the base ecosystem, that's your coin, man. Like I was saying the other day, if you want like a great base exposure bag, Aerodrome, Virtuals, Brett. Equal portions of those coins, not financial advice, obviously. But that's going to get you really very broad, good exposure to everything happening on the base network since there's no base token to buy, right? I think the hot story over the next couple months could be Linea. So watch out for stuff to happen over there. I've been investigating, looking at a few things, seeing if there's anything worth buying over there. Part of me thinks let's just stay on Solana and focus on the big trades. Anyway, besides the point, I like Aerodrome. I like farming it. I farmed a lot of it back in the day. I kind of ran out of time to do it because in order to get the best rates, you really have to be like actively farming, updating and moving your liquidity positions all the time and stuff. And it's just a pain in the ass sometimes, to be honest. So I kind of just stopped doing it. But that being said, you can actually do really, really well on farming Aerodrome. If you're just buying it off the market right now, you should have a good thesis behind why you're doing that. Or have the balls to lock it up for 4 years and get the staking rewards. I don't. I guess I'm watching Aerodrome for over a year now. I should have. Probably would have made my money back by this point. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Anyway, Aerodrome's got a beautiful chart. Let's put it on the screen here for you to see. Beautiful chart. Look at this thing. Look at that chart, man. That is just beautiful. Look at that. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Next move up for Aerodrome could take it up to $2. Would not be surprised at all to see that happen. The recent move was up to $1.60. We're currently now trying to bounce off of. Zoom in there a little bit. It's all messy now. I'm drawing lines all over it. Currently, we're bouncing off the 50-day EMA. That's what you want to see hold ideally here. Move back down to the trend line around 99 cents. Would not be too crazy either, but you lose 99 cents and it's going for much deeper correction. That being said, everything's an uptrend right now. Respect the uptrend, okay? Respect the pump, respect markets for what it's doing right now. Currently, 50-day EMA is holding. 20-day EMA breakout trade at $1.18. Could be an interesting play here short term for Aerodrome to ride it up to that next higher high. What is MYX? I have no idea. I've never heard of 600X in 4 months. Well, good news, guys. Good news. Lark has been marked safe from another generational wealth opportunity. It's okay. I missed it. I'm safe, guys. I'm safe. Crap. Toshi is the meme play for base. Yeah, a lot of people like Toshi. And what's the ski mask dog? Is that a thing? Is ski mask dog still a thing? I know there was that one big dude who was like super in on it and talking about it on his channel all the time. I don't know what the heck's happened to that. I have not kept an eye on it. Toshi. I think people like Toshi. It's not a bad play, except cats are evil, obviously. It's got that going for it. If you want to support evil, sure, buy the cat meme. Anyway, smoking chicken fish. That is so dead, man. I lost shit tons of money, and that was a great time. Great time. Good, funny meme, though, actually, to be fair. Got a feeling we're going to have this massive pump we've all been dreaming of. You know, I just want a nice, slow, steady, up and to the right grind. Big fat pullbacks, nice big grinds up, big fat pullbacks, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, sustainable. Okay, when the charts go like this, it's not sustainable at the end of the cycle. I don't need that. I'm happy riding the wave, baby. It's all good. Swing in the circle on the Gemini IP. You know, I'm missing out on that one, man. I did miss the Circle IPO, but that's a different thing. Circle, it's got the big stable coin. Gemini, you know, it's not Coinbase, is it? No, it's not tempting for me, that one, unfortunately. Okay. One more here, stinky hippo coin. Moo dang, man. Moo dang. Just bought some home yesterday. You know, I've got a bag. That's not the biggest position in my portfolio by a long shot, but I've got a bag of home, and I feel like with their buybacks, man, if they can even just maintain their current success, let alone grow future success, at the current market cap, I think there's a lot of potential upside for home with their buybacks and everything they have to offer as a product suite. So one to watch out for potentially. Again, portfolio disclosures down below. You can see what I own. Guys, you're awesome. I appreciate your time today. And I'll see you back for tomorrow's live stream again. We're giving away $1,000. Thanks, guys, over at BitUX. Peace.